Hi, this is Brenda Nash, and I wanted to go over my Venn diagram of IDEA, the Individuals with Disabilities Education Act, and the 504, which is a section of the 504 of the Rehabilitation Act of 1973. First off, we'll go over the IDEA. This is a federal law for special education rights up to the age of 21. The disability is having one or more of a disability that has an adverse effect on educational performance. The evaluation, an evaluation is required in all areas related to or the suspected disability. Now, an IEP or related aids or services are required, and written consent is required from a parent or guardian. As far as the 504 plan, this is defined as a disability that has a physiological or mental impairment that limits major life activities. And again, this covers the individual through their lifetime. An evaluation is required in the area of the suspected need or needs. A 504 plan or related aids and services are required if needed. Notice is required but not consent. As far as the IDEA and the 504 plan, students must be educated in the least restricted environment. As far as due process, for both, families have a right to disagree with the identification of education or placement of their child and the right to an impartial hearing. Families have the right to participate in a hearing and also be represented by counsel. And for both IDEA 504, there are no charges for these services. An example under IDEA: a student who has a learning disability, such as math, reading, or writing, just to name a couple, they could be identified as having a learning disability, and then therefore would have an IEP under the IDEA Act. As far as another example for under IDEA, if the behavior impedes learning, such as the student has been diagnosed as ED, emotionally disturbed, and then the behavior would impede the learning. Therefore, they would receive services under an IEP due to the IDEA. Examples under the 504 plan. Say, for instance, a student has a serious illness or accident, and when they come back to school, they may need additional services, but they don't qualify for special education services. These services could be for their lifetime, or these services could be temporary until they're back on their feet, depending on the situation. Another example would be a student or person with spina bifida. They may need a 504 plan way beyond high school, and that the resources or plans for independent living are made so that they can lead an independent life. And so that is my overview of my Venn diagram. Thank you for listening.